Okay, so here's some massage techniques you can do that'll really help with bunions. And I'm going to do this on my left foot. So I'll just mark the places that you're going to want to work. So there are hallucis. There's a hallucis adductor muscle here that goes up between the first and the second toe, and you can kind of feel the bones, the metatarsals that go up from the base of from the balls of the foot, and you want to just go right in between there. So that's one of them right in here, and the other one is across the balls of the feet. So you can do this on the top and the bottom of the balls of the feet, but both of those tendons attach to right on the inside of the big toe. And what's important about that is those are the ones that get tight when you have a bunion, and they'll tend to pull the toe over. And then the muscle on the side here, your abductor hallucis, is the one that's going to pull the toe out. And so that's the one you want to get stronger. So to release these muscles, you can just lean on that with your fingers. And I like to move my toes while I'm doing it. Maybe even pull the big toe out to a straighter position while I'm doing it. And the nice thing about moving it is it really wakes up your connection in your nervous system between your foot and your brains and allows you to start letting that go in a more unconscious way. And so you can see I'm releasing it on the top. And then you could also work on the bottom, so you can hold that spot in between the first and the second toe, moving up between the two metatarsal heads to release that. And then working across the top of the foot. And I like to go the direction that the tissue doesn't want to go. So if I push on it and it doesn't want to go that way, that's the direction that I'm going to push it. And I can kind of move my toes around and pull the big toe over to get that to release. And again, that attaches right here at the base of the first digit of your toe, big toe. So I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. I'm going to feel which way it doesn't want to go, and it doesn't want to go out. So I'm going to release that on the bottom. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I'm working on the pads of my foot here, pushing them out towards the pinky toe. I would normally do this with my foot on my lap, but it's a little easier to see it here, I think. Okay, so between the first and the second toe, and then across the pads of the foot on the bottom and on the top will help to loosen that tendon up. Okay, so here's another technique you can try that's sometimes really helpful with bunions. So with bunions, oftentimes you'll see the first metatarsal, or this bone right here, rolling in, and the big toe rolling out. And you'll get this kind of twisting happening. You can see how that pushes the big toe out towards the other toes. So one thing you can play around with is rotating. You can grab right underneath this bone here, right underneath the arch. There'll be that tight spot that we worked on before, and you can rotate that bone around. You can see I'm wiggling my toes to get some motion in there. And then what I'll do with the big toe is rotate it the opposite direction. So I'll grab it by the base of the toe in here and just rotate it around. And if you can do both of those at the same time, rotating the metatarsal out while you get the big toe ball rotating in, that could be really helpful too. So that should help with aligning the big toe, and then you can play around with your foot exercises and see if that helps as well. Other things that really help with bunions, I noticed that generally what you see when the person comes up on the ball of their foot is they tend to be kind of wobbly, right? We talked about how it's really important to root the pinky toe ball and the big toe ball, and that'll create this transverse arch across the top of the foot, as opposed to these longitudinal arches that go lengthwise in the foot. You want to really develop that transverse arch by pressing the pinky toe ball down and the big toe ball down when you're doing foot exercises. And then when you're massaging your foot, what what tends to happen is the foot tends to, in bunions, the foot tends to get kind of wobbly this way, where this part of the foot rolls in, the metatarsals roll in, and this part of the foot rolls out. And so you can grip underneath those next set of bones. If these are the metatarsals to here, the tarsals are across the arch here, you can grab those and pull them wide, and that can give a lot of relief for bunions. And then in the metatarsals, you can go wide across the top here to get some relief.